What if we replaced the oceans with soda? Imagine waking up one morning and finding that every ocean, every sea, and every lake on Earth has turned into soda. Not just a little bit fizzy water, we're talking full-on carbonated, high-sugar, bubbling soda. The Pacific Ocean is now 700 million cubic kilometers of Coke. The Atlantic, Sprite. The Arctic, probably Diet Pepsi because it's colder. At first it might sound amazing. The world's largest swimming pool filled with free soda. You could take a sip, make TikToks about it, and call it the sweetest apocalypse ever. But within seconds, you'd realize something's very, very wrong. For one, soda is acidic. Its pH is around 2.5. That's the same as lemon juice. So the moment the transformation happens, trillions of fish die instantly. Coral reefs? Gone. Everything that once lived in the ocean just dissolved or floated to the surface like the worst bubble tea imaginable. Then there's the gas. Carbonated drinks are full of CO2, and when you suddenly turn all the oceans into soda, you're releasing astronomical amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. We're talking enough to make every climate scientist on Earth simultaneously scream. The air would quickly fill with fizz, literally. Small bubbles forming a foamy mist along every coastline. Breathing near the sea would feel like inhaling soda spray. Refreshing? Not really. Fatal? Definitely possible. Next, let's talk about the waves. Soda is thicker and stickier than water. Waves would slow down, but their foam would expand dramatically. So instead of a normal tide, you get an endless, slow-motion tsunami of sticky sugar. Beaches would turn into giant caramelized traps. Imagine walking on sand that feels like half-dried cola. Each step pulling your shoes off as you sink deeper into the goo. And it doesn't stop there. Soda evaporates faster than water, and the sugar it carries would crystallize as it dries. Within days, entire coastlines would be coated in hard, glassy layers of sugar. The world's beaches would sparkle like they're made of candy. Beautiful but deadly. The next time it rains, that sugar dissolves again, creating a world where it literally rains syrup, the sweet smell of global decay. But wait, what about the weather? Oceans are the planet's air conditioner. They absorb heat and distribute it through currents. Replace them with soda, and the system collapses. Soda doesn't circulate like water does. The temperature difference between the equator and the poles would skyrocket. Tropical areas would boil. The Arctic would still be Diet Pepsi, but now it's boiling Diet Pepsi. The gas release would trigger violent storms, not hurricanes made of wind and rain, but hurricanes of carbonated syrup mist, exploding bubbles shooting droplets of sugar miles into the air. Within a few weeks, Earth would enter an environmental meltdown. The CO2 from all that soda would warm the planet faster than any industrial age could dream of. In a month, the atmosphere might be as fizzy as the inside of a shaken bottle. Lightning strikes would ignite massive firestorms over continents. Ironically, the soda would help fuel them. Sugar burns, and now the world's surface is covered in it. Let's assume somehow humanity survives the first month. Drinking water is now our biggest problem. You can't drink ocean soda. It's salty, sugary, and acidic. Try to desalinate it, and you'll end up with gallons of syrupy residue. Rivers connected to the ocean would quickly turn brown and fizzy. Rain would start smelling like a fast food restaurant. Food chains collapse. Crops die because the rain is too acidic. Livestock starves. Humans now live in underground bunkers, desperately filtering soda through makeshift machines. You could technically drink it, but you'd probably die of diabetes before dehydration. Now let's take a moment for the chemistry nerds. 1 liter of soda contains about 10 grams of CO2 when carbonated. The oceans hold roughly 1.3 billion cubic kilometers of water. Converting that into soda means trapping more than 10 to the 24th power grams of CO2. That's a 1 with 24 zeros. If all that gas escaped into the atmosphere, the air pressure on Earth would increase so much that you could actually feel gravity getting stronger. Congratulations! Your soda world now has an extra half atmosphere of pressure. You can't breathe properly, and your ears hurt all the time. And if you thought the soda would stay cool and refreshing, think again. The constant chemical reactions between sugar, acid, and salt would generate heat. The oceans would literally start cooking themselves. Picture the world's largest pot of boiling cola, black, bubbling, and reeking of burnt caramel. After a few years, that sticky ocean would dry out completely, leaving behind endless salt and sugar deserts. Eventually, rain would stop altogether. The atmosphere, choked with carbon dioxide and water vapor, would trap heat like a greenhouse on steroids. The Earth would become a brown, sticky Venus. The last surviving humans might live high in the mountains, building small stills to extract water from the steam of boiling soda lakes. Civilization would finally end when the last Coke geyser exploded, shooting a column of caramelized gas into the sky. And somewhere, floating among the fizz, a single plastic bottle drifts by, its label still readable. Enjoy. So could we survive if the oceans turned into soda? Absolutely not. But hey, for a few glorious minutes, it would probably be the sweetest disaster in history.